welcome to the Saturday morning board game show. I'm Melissa.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Will, and we've also got Sarah and Ryan back there joining us for the show. We are excited this morning because this is our right after TantrumCon video, so we are hyped.
Absolutely.
I'm hyped. We got plenty of stories to tell.
And tired.
And tired. Yes. Are we tired? You'll hear about that more in the song at the end of the show. Stick around for that.
Ooh.
I got it ready. But yeah, welcome to the show. If this is your first time joining us, we like to play games on the first Saturday of every month, talk about some of the things that we've been playing, share some segments, have some fun. We also love to give a shout out to our sponsors.
Sure, our sponsors are The Up. We have a lot of games that we are having that will be in store for you this year in 2025. We'll play them on our tables, and I don't think we have anything today, but look forward to seeing them soon. Also, Game Toppers. We saw Berkey at TantrumCon.
We did!
So if you're watching this, Berkey, thank you for coming and sharing all the good stuff with Game Toppers, with the Game Topper system and the mats. There's mats. People really love them.
I love them. I got secret ones under here in case you see
layers and layers.
Ready to go. Oh, look at the close-up camera on that. Excellent stuff. So thank you guys for supporting the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'd love to know where you're watching us from. So if you're in the comments, go ahead and chat a little. Give us the thumbs up, give us a like, all that fun stuff. And let us know where you're watching from, because we like to know how far we're reaching and how far people are checking out our stuff from. But I think that's all we need to go in order to get started. So let's go aave and jump over to the table. We'll look at our first game.
Wow, good job, Will.
Table!
And this first game is a big one. We're looking at Forges of Ravenshire. This is from BA Games. I was able to teach this to some great folks at Tantrum House, or TantrumCon. I'm from Tantrum House. At TantrumCon.
You taught it to Tantrum House as well.
I did teach it to Tantrum House. This game, right now, I have set up the main central board, and then I have your one player board underneath. I'll go over how the mechanics work, and then what this game's like. So at the beginning of the round, you have 3 dice. You'll roll them, and you'll pick one to place in a slot out here. I might do this. And I'll get the resources based on the number. So here I'll get some embers and one of these gems. And then I will pick up a die. It can't be the same one that I placed. I might do this. And I will get, based on the number, the resources for that number from that slot. And then I'll bring it back to my player board and I'll put it in the matching guild, and then I'll activate the guild. So there are upgrades that you can buy along the way, and you can unlock more slots so that this becomes very powerful. So once everyone has played their 3 dice, the production phase is done, and then we move over to the gathering phase is done, then we move to the production phase. So then I'll have, let's just say I have 3 dice here. I would have selected them out there. But then I'll use these dice to go into slots over here. So there's some actions and resources I can take, or I can fire up my forge and can try and construct some steel. So let's say I had a few resources here. I can change wood into charcoal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this gives me whatever number. I'll get a bonus, so I would go up on this. And then I can change these 2 into steel if I do this. Now, ultimately, what I'm trying to do is get enough resources so that I can make custom armor and weapons for our customers. So the market is up over here, and I'm trying to gain these. They give me resources and action points, and they give me also possibly some prestige. So when you get one of the symbols, you'll move up on this track, which allows you to get extra victory points at the end of the game. So that's basically the whole game boiled down to those 2 phases, and then you can build cool stuff along the way.
Forges of Ravenshire.
Yeah.
If you've ever wanted to be an anthropomorphic animal that makes weapons and armor, this is your way to do it.
This is the game for you. Yeah. All right, we are heading back over to the couch.
Well, I'm not ready. I was having too much fun chatting with everybody. Good morning.
Sorry, you have to play a game with me now. You have to pause all that and do this.
What do we got?
So we've got Architects of Amytis from the publishers La Boîte des Jeux. I don't know French very well, so that was good as what we got. So the king of Babylon has requested that us, his architects, make a wonderful garden for his wife Amytis, and that is what we are here to do. So in this 2-player game, you have the white and the dark characters, and we are trying to build grids. And how a turn is basically going to work is you're going to take one of your architect characters, put it on one of the empty stacks that are here on the central board.
Empty stacks?
Doesn't contain an architect, doesn't have another player on it. So you're going to pick one. I actually don't remember what all of the buildings do, but I'm going to show you. Put your architect on the stack you chose from.
The top tile.
And then that tile gets placed on your grid.
Right.
You can place it in an empty slot. You can place it on top of other tiles you've already placed.
Right.
You don't even have to place it next to, just anywhere in your grid.
I like freedom.
And then each of the buildings does a special different thing. So like for this one, that is what your cards are. Your player aid cards are due. So like I've just placed the residence. So this wouldn't be good at the beginning of the game, but that's fine. So I get 1 point per different type of building, including the one I just placed in my entire little grid there. So I would get 1 point, and I would move my token up immediately.
Okay.
And then I'm going to check to see if I have completed any of my special projects. Special projects is where we're looking at the colors of our tiles.
Okay.
We start with 2. Once you've completed those, the only way you get more of those from the market is going to be one of the cards, I think it's the Palace, that gets you the chance to get more of those cards.
Do we only discard these cards once immediately?
No, every time you tick the building that matches, that just helps you know exactly how many points you're scoring.
At the end.
So every single turn you're scoring points.
Gotcha.
The only one we're not going to be scoring immediately is the King's Favor, and I'll tell you how you decide whether or not you've gotten the King's Favor. So if I, for example, were to get the colors, and I had the colors on my board,
right, 8
like that, I would look at that. I'd have to pass it to the other player. You would have to validate that I did it correctly.
Oh, okay, good.
So these cards you can rotate and make them still match.
Even better.
The only thing you can't do is mirror them. So if you had something complicated like this,
I was getting ready to work on it.
You have to make sure it's not mirrored. But you could make it in a different corner if you wanted, and you can complete as many as you have.
Cool.
Then you're going to look at the board to see if you happen to have 3 of your architects in a row, a column, or diagonal.
Oh, I'm trying to tic-tac-toe it as well.
If you do, you get to place one of your buttons on the King's Favor, and those are endpoint game. And so for example, you could have 3 points for every stack of only 1 tile. For 2 tiles, 3 tiles, 4 tiles, different amounts. You could get 6 points per every row or column that has going up numbers. So like a staircase, so it'd be like 1, 2, and 3 tiles.
Oh man, okay.
You get 6 points for every row or column. For having 3 tiles in the corners. Or you get an additional 2 points for every one of your special projects you created.
Okay.
And then the bottom is, depending on how many buttons you have placed on the bottom, you could get up to 30 points.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I do have 5 buttons.
Yeah.
4 buttons.
So you have 5 buttons in additional to the ones that are on your board and your player.
All my big scores.
Yes. So
points.
It does seem like you can score a lot of points in this game, and you just kind of keep going. It is equal number of turns. Whoever started first, everyone will get equal number of turns. It's only going to be like a 30-minute game, kind of going back and forth creating it. And I do love that I can place these tiles anywhere I want on my board. But you do kind of have to pay attention to be like, how do I get the most points this turn and set myself up while also looking at your other person? Because you only have so many of these that you can take back. But, for example, at the beginning of your turn, say I have all of mine out, but they hadn't been put in a row because you had blocked me.
Yeah, I definitely went right there.
If I have no more left, I do get to take them all back.
Okay.
If they're in a row, column, diagonal, and any of that, I also get to take them all back and restart. But that's going to open up spaces for you.
I like it.
The game's going to end when 2 of those tiles are emptied.
Okay. It says on the box it's about a 30-minute game.
Yeah.
That actually seems, I guess for 2 players, you're going back and forth pretty quick.
Yes.
So it seems like there's a lot going on for 30 minutes, but 2 players back and forth probably makes sense, especially once I know what these cards all say and do.
I will say, I think that's going to be the hardest part, is looking at the building and making sure it's correct while also matching the colors for your projects
Because
that
I
you're
was like,
trying to
ooh,
do.
walls on the outside, good, I'm going for blue. And then I looked at my goal, I was like, ugh, I don't really want to focus on walls. I only got one thing scoring points from it.
But you could put walls in other places.
Right, exactly. Yep, that's pretty
And
slick.
eventually, once you completed this, you could cover it up.
Are these the same every time, or do they change?
So there is a second side that makes it a little more complicated. Once they have a little bit, they do have a B side to make all of the buildings be a little more difficult. So you can have continued gameplay.
Cool, cool. What was the name of this publishing company one more time?
La Boîte des Jeux.
Well done. Excellent. All right, cool. Check that one out. Let's head back over to the table, see what they got going on.
Welcome back to the table. We have, well, you might be familiar with Forest Shuffle, but now there's another expansion to Forest Shuffle called Woodland's Edge. Now, this is the second expansion. There was a first expansion, I think it was Alpine.
I believe it's Alpine.
So,
I have not actually played the Alpine expansion.
But we are going to talk about Woodland's Edge, and I already heard there's a third expansion coming soon, so...
More cards for Forest Shuffle.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about it, Melissa.
Well, did you want to talk a little bit about Forest Shuffle in general?
Yeah, so Forest Shuffle, if you're not familiar with it, is a hand management sort of tableau building game. You're putting trees and forest animals around the trees, trying to get the best collection in order to get a lot of points. So...
All right, so Woodland's Edge is it's a small expansion. It brings 36 new cards to the game, and the main new mechanic that it brings is a type of card called shrubs. And these function like trees. You can put them down and then place your animals on them, but they are not trees, so they don't count as trees for anything that would score trees. But each shrub gives you an ongoing benefit when you play certain sorts of things. So whenever you play a card with a little fern symbol, you get to draw a card.
So it acts like normal Forest Shuffle. You do things to get things, and things activate.
Yeah, when you play a card with bats, you get to draw cards. Our friend Paul Michael, he used this bat one, and he was drawing cards all the time. Mm-hmm. So they don't actually really give you any points, but they're more for an engine building thing. Some of the other interesting types of cards in this expansion, you have Bee Swarm. And when you play the Bee Swarm, you can take certain types of cards from the clearing and put them into your cave. Yeah. So it's another way to get cards into the cave. We have... Let's see, Stinging Nettle. Any number of butterflies can go onto that tree or shrub, so you can stack your butterflies. Now this one with the Alpine expansion will give you 7 different types of butterflies, so it increases that scoring.
Corlew says there's the third and fourth expansion.
I think I have seen one of them. I think might
standalone.
Yes, it's standalone. I've seen some.
Yep.
Advertisements for those. I haven't seen them in person
our
yet. Our
big group really enjoys Forest Shuffle. I think it's not only the simplicity, but there's a lot of strategy going on. So if you haven't played Forest Shuffle, try it out. And then if you're like, I really like it, then check some of these expansions out from Lookout Games. So that is Forest.
I was going to talk about more cards,
You do it,
but
Melissa.
Kevin seems like he...
I thought you were done.
No, I wasn't done. I was going to talk about a few more types of the cards. Some of them, a lot of them are going to give you cards from the clearing. So getting you cards from the clearing. The Cranefly, take all the bats from the clearing into your hand. So you can get some really interesting synergies with these games. And then one that was kind of interesting, the Water Vole. You can play as many cards from your hand as you would like as saplings, and that's when you play them face down to give you more places to play things. So I thought that was interesting if you had a bunch of stuff you didn't really want to discard for other people, some wolves and deers and those sort of things. You might be able to play them as saplings with the Water Vole. But yeah, Forest Shuffle, Woodland Edge, 36 new cards. If you've already played Forest Shuffle, it's not adding anything too complex to the game. Just a little bit more variety. Oh, yep, Forest Shuffle, face up, Forest Shuffle. And now we're going back to the couch.
Melissa's ready.
Hello, hello. We are looking at this small box 2-player game called Aqua. This is from publisher Sunrise Tornado, and it features art from designer and artist named Tate Wu. In this game, we are 2 museum curators trying to come up with the best arrangement of the art on the gallery wall.
Yes.
And you are the player interested in how it is arranged in rows, and I'm the curator interested in how it's arranged by columns. So on your turn, we already started playing a little bit. On your turn, you will simply play a card to the gallery wall. When you play it, if it's next to a card that is face down, it will go face up and vice versa. So the card here is going to have to be face down, and you're going to have to remember it. But once you completely surround a card, it will flip. Ryan, you can go ahead and take your turn.
Okay, I drop to 3, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will place this one here.
So things to keep in mind, Ryan is going to score based on the rows, and his rows need to have between 10 and 20 point value on the cards, and I am scoring based on the columns. So I also need to have, they won't score if it's not between 10 and 20 points. So I am trying to remember what I put here. I think I'm doing that.
Okay, so there are these numbers in the upper left-hand corner. Is that if we achieve the goal of it, does that mean those points go toward it?
No, we're going to add up all the points in a row, or for you, it's going to be the row, and it needs to be between 10 and 20 total.
People are commenting on how small this box is.
It is a
so
very
tiny.
small card box,
Hey
and
there,
it's
little
only
guy.
about like 18, 20 cards. Yeah, regular card box.
Okay.
So this is a good travel game.
Try that one there.
All right.
Putting a boat.
Now this one there. Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
So there are sea turtles. They like to be next to water. So I'm going to put one over here, face down, and we're just going to keep playing all the cards in the deck.
Okay.
All right. These are all paintings. I believe on the Kickstarter campaign that some of the backers were able to help name some of the paintings, which is pretty cool. Oh, we forgot to do a boat over here. So when a boat comes out, you get a extra point cube, and you get to move it up to 3 spaces away, and that card will score an extra point for how it scores.
Okay.
So I'll let you do that. You can put it wherever you want.
I mean, I'll go ahead and put it here.
Okay, and I'm gonna go here. All right, so I'm gonna put another boat out. I'm gonna go here, and this card will flip, so now we know what it is. All right.
Okay, and then 2 cubes go on here,
Yep,
right?
2 cubes go there, and I get to pick first. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
You get to move this one somewhere.
I get
It
to
can
move.
have 2 cubes if you want it to, or it can.
I'll just leave it where it is. I'll move it here.
Okay. All right, so.
Okay, I will place this one here.
All right, so we're gonna pretend our game is over. All right, at the end of the game, any cards that are face down will flip. And then we look to see, is this column for me, we have 12, 13, 14, 16 in this column, so that's between 10 and 20, so I will get to score this column. So we'll do that with each one. It has to have at least 10. I will not score this column here because there's only 2 in it.
Okay.
And then you'll look at them this way with the rows.
So 11, 15, 16, 17, 18. So this
18,
one scores. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13, 18.
This one only has 9, so it's not going to score. And
This one only has 9? 8,
8,
9,
9.
10. Doesn't this get an extra point?
It does, you're right. And then this
That one
one
doesn't
only
score.
has 5, so it won't. So Ryan won't score this one. So then we look for lily pads. Every column that has a lily pad, there is a sliding scale for how every row or column that you have will get more points. You can get points for having sea turtles next to water. You can also have points for having the same types of items in the same row. So like having this ship here would have been great because I could have scored
extra points, but Ryan will get to score a water and a water on this scale. So it's a very simple scoring mechanism and game that is just a 2-player. It plays in about 10 minutes.
To find out which one of you is the better museum curator.
That's right. We will be heading over to the wall.
I'm coming at you with my top five things that we as a group enjoyed at TantrumCon this year. My number 5, or my number 1, but just falls into the number 5 slot, is that I got to hang out with our Kickstarter backers, all of those cool folks who had the ninja shirt, missed you, Nishant, and I got to play with them the prototype game that I'm working on, which is called Table Ninjas. We got to throw ninja stars at each other and have lots and lots of fun while we played the prototype. I didn't hit the camera rating, good job me. And man, it was a blast. I got to hang out with some folks who bought the shirt, they showed up, we had a table reserved, we were able to play the game, pulled in a couple other folks to play it as well, and it was fantastic. I enjoy the game every time, and I very much enjoyed getting to hang out with some backers who all had great apparel on. All right, coming in at number 4.
Number 4, I got to play the assistant for our Tantrum House board game show. Oh my, I'm gonna stand up a little bit. I'm gonna stand up, not sit on the stool. But in the midst of getting to be that assistant, I got myself my intern nickname. So henceforth I shall be known as Hannah Vanna, from Vanna White being the assistant. So I'm now introduced myself as Hannah Vanna, and that is my number 4. Who's coming in? Oh yes, there we go. And the crown. Who is coming in at number 3?
My top thing from TantrumCon this year was not only the board game show that Hannah mentioned, which I completely failed at drawing the box cover of Catan. You'd think I'd know this. Tough one. But I had a great time meeting a lot of designers who came in from all over the country, even as far as California. We had some special guests in, and if you didn't know this, there were a few games that were signed at TantrumCon that I'm very much looking forward to being published in the next year or two. That was my top thing this year.
Coming in at number 2, so my cousin wrote a custom prototype scenario for Blood on the Clock Tower, and we had prototyped it several times before TantrumCon, but Will did some swanky art for it and everything like that, and so we got to prototype it at TantrumCon with other people who have played the game extensively and whatnot. Everyone had a good time. It was a lot of fun. It looks like it's pretty dang close to getting to the point where it needs to be, but it was a lot of fun to be able to storytell that, see the dynamics, see how those things are unfolding, get the feedback, all that stuff. That was really cool to do at TantrumCon.
Okay, can you actually see both of us? Get down, Kevin. Okay.
TantrumCon, one of the things TantrumCon is known for is the table flipping event that happens every day at the close of every day, and Melissa and I have never done that.
Yeah.
So we were able to be part of that event on Sunday, the big Sunday reveal for the table flipping, so that would probably be our number 1.
Yeah, and Will threw in some extra pizzazz this year. For ours, there were black lights and like strobe lights, and the people who used our Monopoly game before us had glitter, so there was a ton of glitter going on.
One of the nights they did blindfold table flipping. Crazy.
Yeah, we won't tell you how that event went.
No, we totally had fun.
We flipped a table. It made it past the stage, so that was a win, right?
Definitely. All right, moving back to the couch.
All right, we are looking at Solstis from Hachette Games, and this is designed by Bruno Catala and another man or woman, I don't know. I'm not going to try their name because I'm going to slaughter it. So,
Carrington Labrat.
Is it Carrington or Corentin?
Corentin. Oh,
I don't know who they are.
We're so sorry. We'll burn incense for your name later.
Yeah. Anyway, Solstis is a 2-player game. There are solo rules, but 2 players. There is, I don't know if you can see on the table, there is a mountain that you are ascending as an initiated rite of passage. So you're ascending this mountain. In order to ascend the mountain, you are drawing tiles from this pile, face-down tiles. You have three tiles in your hand. From the tiles that are in your hand, there's going to be, I should have done this, there is a display of tiles There's going to be 6 tiles initially. They're all displayed. And what you can do is you can, if you have a tile like this one, I don't know if you can see that.
Trees.
This is a green 7. So this one, from the display, I can either pull any green or I can pull this 7, and then they would both go into my display. And the number is what column it's in, and the row is what is, sorry, the number is what column, the color indicates which row, and there's also a dot to show how high up on the row that is going to be. So ultimately, you're going to end up with something like this, where there's a bunch of contiguous tiles put together. See, this is column 3, so these 3s are together.
Yep.
This is the yellow row,
and
which
we
is
have
the second one.
A 1 dot,
Yeah.
a 2 dot.
And that's kind of what this is showing. It's showing where they each go. So each tile goes in a specific spot. At the end of the game, you're going to count up every non-rainbow and get 1 point for each of those. Every tile that you are able to connect to from a fire down to the base is another point. So this would be a point here. And then you get a point for each spirit. You get a spirit every time you get a 2x2 grid of tiles. So here there would have been a spirit, and the spirits are either they get 1 point and an ability right away if they're brown. So like I think the bear lets you draw an additional tile, and the dragonfly lets you steal one from your opponent.
Ooh.
The blue ones give you bonus points for something that's on the board. So this one I think is the salamander. I would get a point for the salamander and then 2 more points for having 2 rainbows. And the rainbows, those are just wild tiles. The way you get those is wild. Oh. What you do is if you play a card or a tile, if you lay a tile down and you can't draw one of these with it, you add it to the display and then you draw one randomly from the pile. If that one corresponds, your second chance tile corresponds to one, then you put both of those down into your play area. If it doesn't, you also add that one to your display and you draw a random or a wild rainbow, and then that can go anywhere in your play area to connect your other tiles together to get you those contiguous points. And that is Solstis. It's pretty light, and it plays fairly quickly. So 2 players, check it out. Solstis from Hasha Games. I think we're going back to the wall.
Welcome back to the wall. So one of my jobs at TantrumCon is I'm the board game librarian, and Melissa helps out in the hot games, getting all those together every year, which is a big job. So we have over 1,000 titles in our board game library, but obviously every year we have a few standouts. So I'm going to go through our top 10 most checked out games in our board game library. But first, I'm going to start out with your favorite thing, honorable mentions.
Oh, honorable mentions.
Honorable
what are those
mentions.
Honorable mentions?
All right, so and these were the ones that were almost on the top 10, but not quite. So we have Cryptid.
Ooh, an older one.
License to Krill.
So they were an exhibitor.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And they came, and the cards came in a cute little stuffed whale that you could take the krill out of its mouth and put it back in. It's that one. Ra was one of our honorable mentions. That one came to be very popular this year. And then the last one on honorable mentions is Tokyo Highway.
Okay, so a dexterity type of game.
Correct. All right, so at number 10, we have, so how I did this was number of checkouts, and then those are in alphabetical order if they have the same number. So some of them are kind of equal.
So like 7 through 10 could all be the
correct.
Same. Okay.
So we've got number 10, SETI.
Oh yes, SETI. That's a longer game.
That is a really big game where you are trying to reach for the stars and make contact with artificial intelligence. It is definitely a big game, big setup, but that one was checked out a lot. And then number 9, no surprise, Boop.
Boop, yes.
No surprise.
We had the publisher and the designer at the convention.
Yep.
And it's a cute 2-player game with cats.
What's there not to love? Okay, so number 8, Bonsai.
Ooh.
That was one of the ones that was borrowed from last year that was also popular last year. We have it just as popular this year. That is number 8. Number 7, Apiary.
Okay, yeah, Stonemeyer game, longer game. People...
Also a popular game from last year that's still carrying on to this year. Am I on 6 now?
7.
No, that's now backwards. Anyway, I think I'm on 6. Sorry.
You did Apiary last.
Apiary, so now 7 whatever number I'm at. Heat, Pedal to the Metal. One of those racing games that's a lot of fun. You can get a lot of players to the table. It's easy to learn. And then we have I actually think I'm on 6 now, 7.
Oh, because it doesn't align.
My spreadsheet is slightly misnumbered, so hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number 5 is Wondrous Creatures. Now, I didn't know about this one, but I knew it was new this year.
It was a Kickstarter crowdfunded game. I've never played it. I think Larry and Amy played a prototype and sang its praises. I've heard lots of people talking about Wondrous Creatures.
And then number 4, Thunder Road Vendetta Maximum Chrome. This is one of the ones that you brought and loaned to the library.
Yes. Restoration Games was very good to us and gave us a copy that we could put into the library. So thank you, Restoration Games. It was a hit.
Absolutely. Number 3, Everdell Duo. Another 2-player game that was super popular this year. I have not gotten to play. And then number 2, brand new completely to us. I know it's become very popular. I had never played it. Bingo.
Oh, so that's kind of like the little soccer game where you flick it.
It's a mini soccer game where you're flicking through the pegs. It's another 2-player game that was super popular. We had a couple boards that were given, and that thing was also out in the library the entire time, but also got checked out a whole bunch. And then we have number 1. Do you have any guesses of have you seen the list?
I have seen the list.
Okay.
I have seen. Now, before you at home guess number 1, let me tell you a few things that were on our hot games.
Absolutely.
So these were not available for checkout in the library. We did have Finspan.
Mm-hmm.
That was very popular. We had River of Gold, Reef Project, Middle Ages. So those were some of the popular. We had a couple others, Gnome Hollow. But those were some of the popular games that were played throughout the weekend on the hot games table. So it's none of those.
And those were also very popular. Heard positive things about there. But our number 1 checked out game for the 2nd year in a row, Wormspan.
Ooh, the dragons.
Are we surprised? Not really. That is a very popular game. It's easy to get to the table. I kind of expect that Finspan will take it next year, but we'll see. Thank you guys for talking about it, and now we're heading back to the couch.
Welcome back to the couch. We are playing a small box game that we actually picked up at TantrumCon called Rainbow.
At TantrumCon?
What did I say?
You said TantrumCon.
That's TantrumCon.
Okay.
TantrumCon called Rainbow from All Play.
Does it fit in the palm of your hand? They were talking about how Aqua fits in the palm of a hand.
It would fit in Kevin's palm, but probably not my palm.
That's right.
Okay, so it's Kevin palm-worthy,
That's
but
right.
not Melissa palm-worthy. Got
They
it.
probably could have.
That's how we start rating boxes.
It's literally
from
a deck of cards. This is a sort of trick-taking, card-shedding type game where you're going to play cards from your hand in a trick, and the best hand is going to win the best card that's down here. The worst hand is going to win the worst card, and the middle 2 are going to win the middle 2 cards. Now,
So it reminds me a little bit of For Sale, if you've ever played that one, where you're getting things by
you have to either follow a set that the first player plays or follow the run, or you could always just play one card from your hand. So we're going to try it out because Ryan and Sarah have never played this game. Melissa and I have. We're going to just play a couple hands. I'm going to do a set of 1s. Can you see that? Yes, you can. A set of 1s. So you either play one card or a set. So it could be 2 2s, it could be 3 1s, it could be 4 4s, or 5 7s.
Okay, I can also do 2 1s.
It only goes to 6s.
Yes, but his ones will beat your ones because
I played
they
mine
were
first.
Okay. So is it better for me to
You could play 3 1s if you wanted to.
What if I did 5 2s?
You could do 5 2s.
I'm gonna do
You
that.
would definitely win that.
Unless Melissa
Play
plays.
something
She
better.
played 5 3s or 5 4s.
Who's
She's gonna play something, Melissa.
Yep. I'm going to play 2 3s.
Alright, so definitely won that. Melissa
You
definitely.
get this.
So I get this card.
Yep. No, it goes face
Face
down.
down.
Oh.
It
Not
points.
points. And
And
then
then
Sarah, you're gonna get that. And I get the 1.
Okay.
These now become the next hand you're trying to.
You might not get any of the ones.
No, probably won't. So it's always 2 cards. So 3s, 2s, 2s, 2s. All right, those just get trashed. All
So
right,
now-
and Ryan, you won, so you get to start the next one.
Oh, I won, so I get to start the next one.
A single card, a run, or a set.
Okay, I will go ahead and play a. I'll do 3 3s.
Okay.
You know what? Since all of those piles are fairly similar, I'm just going to play a 1.
I'm going to play 2.
I will play 2 1s.
Okay, so Ryan, you definitely won that. That goes in your score pile, and everyone else is getting the 2s. Oops, there we go. Now we have 2. You can never do.
The 3 is going to be the next one.
The 3 will be the next one, 2, and then 1. That will be this. You never have a different numbers in a set together for the scoring.
Your hand's kind of covering it.
All right, and I go again, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna do 2 1s.
All right.
2 1s. I'm going to do 2 4s.
I'm going to do 4 3s.
Ooh. This guy.
He really wants.
He
The
really
6
wants the
points.
6 points. Will this be a higher number in a set of 2? This, because it's 4 cards?
It's going to be 2 3s.
Yes,
Yeah.
the 4
Okay.
cards will be. It doesn't matter that you would
Yeah.
have to play 4 cards that are higher than 3s
Okay.
to beat Kevin.
I'm just going to play a single 3.
Okay. So I get the 3s. Melissa. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're going to get the 3.
Mhm.
You're going to get the 2, and Sarah's going to get the 1s.
Also get 2s.
Which is 2 points.
Which is 2 points?
Yeah. And
So
then
we
these,
have 8, 6, 6,
and then the 3. Those will just get tracked. Because the 2 1s aren't higher than a single 3. That's how that works. For
Yep.
Okay.
these, and then I get to start.
Have you talked about what happens at the end?
No, not yet.
Oh, Kevin has withheld rules.
I have,
That's right.
on
Kevin's
purpose.
doing a
4
run.
5. So I'm doing a
4
run.
5. So a longer run or a higher run would beat that.
Longer and
Yep, 4
4,
5
5,
6.
6.
That works.
Okay, and if I match, she would still win me, or she would still
But
win.
you do 3 4 5 6. You would beat her.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
it's a longer run.
But alas, I cannot do that, so I will do. But I still have to do a run, so I'll get 6.
You do. Or a single card. It's always fine.
Yeah, that's
All right, Melissa. Just play a card. What is this?
I know.
This
I
is
know.
for camera, not for.
5 6.
All right. So the longest run, Sarah played first, so
I
she's
get
gonna get.
8 points.
6 points.
And Melissa and I
6.
get the 3, and then these. Now who played that? So Sarah, you're starting.
Oh, so
10, another 10,
there's a lot of good stuff at the
and
end.
then
And
8.
eight.
8 beats a 6. So
Mm-hmm.
there
All
we
right,
go.
so Ryan has 1 card. Some of us have a lot of cards.
Yep.
Kevin hasn't told us how the round ends.
Nope, not yet. 4 5 6. A 4. Melissa?
Oh, it has to be a run.
Has to be a run.
1 2.
And I'm just gonna play a 6. So Sarah definitely gets the 2 6s. Melissa, you get the 5. I get the 5s. Ryan, you're out, right?
Yep.
That's all right. So you're just gonna watch us play until we go out here, which is gonna be really quick.
Okay.
The 2 4s are above the
Thank you.
Am I supposed to look sad right now
You're
or
gonna look
something?
sad, yeah.
So
You can
we
start counting
play until a second player goes out.
Okay. I'm just really sad right now.
Yep.
You got rid of all your
2
cards.
4s.
Yeah, but you
I'm
guys
gonna
can
play
do
3 5s.
And I'm gonna play 4 6s. What? And I have, so I win the 2 6s. Melissa wins this. No, the 2s actually shouldn't have been played. All right, so then you count up points. So going out first actually didn't help you probably win.
Potentially.
Potentially.
We shall see. I got 28 points.
Yeah.
These aren't.
These are, thank you. Sarah's like, where did those come from?
Kevin just put a bunch of points in his hand.
So I got 10 points.
I dumped
20
my cards
points,
too soon.
Mm-hmm.
31. I have 36.
I have 36 as well.
I have 35.
There it is.
Mm.
So that is Rainbow. And I think Will's going to come in here and teach us our last game.
Pretty much here.
Everybody
Oh,
coming at home.
what's our last game?
We gotta get.
Our last game is called.
Okay, I was just seeing what the tiebreaker is since Will's not doing one.
It's called Top Tier.
It matters.
We need to know about tiebreakers.
Victory share.
Shared victory and rainbow.
Everything's happy
That's
and
so
nice.
great.
One gets one end, one gets the other of the rainbow.
All the
Is
way
that how
over.
this
This,
Yeah.
this.
We
Am I
can
going
go
over
that
here?
way. That way they can't.
For him.
We can all.
I'm
fit.
going this way. Okay.
I'll find a gap here somewhere. I'll shrink.
I don't know what we're doing. Will, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
You can do it, Will.
Let's not
We're
play
playing
this.
top tier from Indie Boards and Cards. This game is a group party game, so you guys at home can play along as well, I think. I'll take a couple pieces off the top, so maybe Sarah can drop the rest on there.
That's what I'm trying to like.
I do need the... I actually switched to that, Mike. I appreciate you, though.
Oh, does that work?
Yeah. Alright, Sarah's going to give you the deck of cards. She's going to give all of you guys...
Let us know at home. Is that mic really working?
It's better for the group than the two.
Take this
Okay.
marker for a second. Alright, you guys are going to be... Everybody gets a card, yep. Or two, because we need to fill out all 8 of them.
Oh, do we? Okay.
And what we're going to be doing is you guys are going to write characters. People we know, popular people, famous people, historic people, anybody, any peoples you want.
Do you want to?
It doesn't matter.
Because we're going to be ranking them
Just
based
write
on a
any
category
person.
in just a
Okay.
second.
Any
write
random
anything you want.
person.
Literally could
Do
be
we write them before we know the
you.
category?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Before we know the category.
Before you even know what the category
I
is.
will include some people in the audience.
I'm supposed to just randomly pick one of these, but I'm going to pick it good.
Okay.
This one seems fun. Or maybe... Oh, this one's even better. Okay, I'm ready.
What if we pick the same person?
It's fine. We won't put that on the table so you can see it.
Sorry.
It'd be better if you didn't. You can reveal them. It's not secrets, so you can put them on the table after you write them.
I included a couple of...
Nice.
Deshant and Matt Killingsworth.
Oh, nice.
Churchill.
Winston Churchill. Okay.
I did Journeyman Dan.
Like
Since
it.
he's not here
Markers.
with us.
Okay.
Oh, not enough
We
markers.
should pick a couple women if we have some in people's heads.
I got some. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Okay.
Or I guess
So are these
one-
supposed to be real people, or we can put on whatever?
whatever you want.
Whatever you
We're
want.
gonna rank
As
'em.
long as we know.
Okay.
They can
Oh.
be fictional characters. Yeah.
Coraloo, that's what I was gonna put.
Bam.
Excellent.
All
Love
right.
it.
And Ruth from the Bible.
Pikachu.
Ruth from the Bible. All right.
All
I
right.
can't tell what can be seen.
All right. As soon as somebody has a marker available, I'll take it.
I think
Queen of England.
All right.
they
doesn't
we
matter.
actually have more room up than down.
We're gonna do Anna H since she's here in spirit.
Aw.
She is sick. She got
Oh,
sick.
she's going here.
Oh, we can see
Okay.
them all.
Now,
Yeah.
Sarah's gonna lean back so I can read them all. Maybe you guys can read them to me as
Oh,
well.
Coraloo had some good ones. Queen
Yeah.
Elizabeth II, Anne of Green Gables.
All right.
I wish I had seen those first.
Anna
Coraloo.
H, Journeyman Dan, Matt Killingsworth, Nishant, Churchill, Pikachu, Ruth, Queen of England.
Let's judge people.
All right.
I mean, rank people. Whatever.
What's the far bottom right?
Pikachu.
That's Pikachu.
Read them to me one more time because I just.
Anna H, Journeyman Dan, Matt Killingsworth, Nishant,
Those are not in number order though.
Right, it doesn't matter.
Churchill, Pikachu, Ruth, and Queen of England.
Okay.
So Will is ranking these, and
We
then
got
we
3
need
guys,
to pick
3
how Will
girls,
is ranking these.
and then
I'm
Anna.
missing one name. Oh, Matt. Okay, that's what Matt. Here we go.
We're gonna rank these how
Three or
we
4
think
guys.
Okay.
Will rank them according to the
Oh,
category that he
Uh-oh.
was given after we wrote the.
Do
Yeah,
we
yeah.
get to see the category?
We do.
do
So,
Okay.
so I've now ranked them.
Okay.
Sarah's gonna put out some clue tokens for me. She's gonna put 2 on S, which is like superior,
Ooh.
and then she's gonna put 2 on A, none on B,
Oh.
1 on C, 3 on D.
What?
What?
So that's how
How
we
many
rank the
people?
This is how
That's
I
how
rank
many
them.
people are in that category.
Okay.
Now, here's the category. How good would they be at a hot dog eating contest?
Oh,
Hot
fantastic.
dog.
All right,
Okay.
Queen of England is on the bottom.
Are we as
Yeah,
cooperatively?
yeah.
Anna H should be on the bottom.
Okay.
I think that Ruth might also be on the bottom.
Yep.
With
Ruth
Pikachu's
from
got
the
to be
Bible.
pretty
Yeah.
good at it.
I think Journeyman Dan's pretty good.
Okay.
I think he would be either A or S tier.
Okay.
Was Churchill kind of bigger? Like a
He
bigger
was.
gentleman?
He was.
Would we consider that?
If it's T, he'd definitely be S.
Ruth is at the bottom.
Ruth is at the bottom.
Okay.
Nishant, how do you feel about hot dogs?
Nishant, where do you want to go, man?
I don't know.
Nishant, you gotta tell us. Nishant, you gotta tell
Try
us.
that. We
Let's
need your help.
Put
Phil
those,
said,
Yeah, Nishant, we want to know, you're in this.
Okay.
Where do
Yeah.
you think you are in this one?
Oh my goodness. I guess it.
Wild
Yeah,
Coyote, I'll give it to
and
you.
now we have to
We need to figure out
decide.
where Matt and Nishant are
That
going.
wasn't good.
I don't know. I think I might. Nishant might be. What does he say?
But what does Will think?
That's the thing, but I'm curious to know where Nishant
He's-
he falls.
He's
in the
only
pecking
laughing. He's not answering.
order. Okay, so
All
he's,
right.
he is
So,
unwilling
I
to
feel
comment.
like Matt would put in a valiant effort.
I
Like an
agree.
A? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's go Nishant.
All right,
yeah.
Nishant.
Oh, he
Nishant.
loves hot dogs.
hot
He loves hot
dogs.
dogs. Swap him and
I knew it!
But does
What?
does
Did Will
Oh,
know
Pikachu.
that?
No.
No, Pikachu could like destroy things as that
Do
cartoon.
you think Churchill?
Churchill
will
goes
see?
down and the shot goes there.
Yeah, let's do
okay,
that.
let's try that.
Let's try that.
All right, there we go, Will.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
what
like
Will
not
thinks.
high at all. Sorry, Matt.
Man, you guys are good. Alright, it's not perfect.
Matt
but you're
does not
so
think
good.
it'd be high.
I think Matt would be high. All right, here's what I got.
Yeah, Will.
On D, I'll start at the bottom. I've got Anna,
Yeah.
Okay.
Ruth, and the Queen.
Okay.
On C, I've got Churchill. I didn't put anybody on B, obviously. On A, I put Dan and Matt.
Okay.
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 And then that leaves Pikachu and the
Shot.
shot.
Okay,
He
so
was not down.
we missed two.
We missed
Not
two.
bad. All right, so that's how you play. You score based on how many points you get correctly, and we can try to work out.
Let's do it.
Somebody else
Yes.
wants to
Let's do it.
So you can
Everybody
keep the
take-
same characters, or you can put all new. I
Let's
think
all-
we got to do all new. That's
Yeah.
Let's do new
fun.
ones.
I need a new category.
You do.
All right. Do we have any suggestions from the people at home?
Yes.
Here's the pile.
There's new names?
All right, I'm gonna look at.
It's always names? Alright.
Yeah, these are the categories. So you're picking the categories. We'll write the names. You can rank
It's
them.
always names then. They always are
Yeah,
names.
yeah. It's always going to be people or characters or whatever.
I'll do one
I mean,
of
you can have more than one
Coraloo's.
if you want.
Okay.
I'm giving
So,
you all.
I'll do the
Let's start with
Smurfs.
one. All right.
The
Hey, let me look at a
Who
couple.
has
of
pens? Kevin,
Here.
do you need
I
a
think
pen?
we
Yeah.
gotta
Not
get
right now.
Jonah.
I'm just gonna
Does
erase some
Jonah
of
have
the
a name yet?
Oh, Jonah.
No, Jonah has not.
Oh, Jonah would be a good one to put in here.
I mean, it depends on the category, but
It-
probably
well,
good.
It's
either
gonna
way.
be good no matter what. Let's be honest.
Ryan, we should ask the chat which one of these I should do for the category.
Oh, good idea.
Oh,
Hold
so
it, just hold it
don't
in front of
look
the
at
camera, but don't
the.
tell us. Yeah.
Alright.
Hold on. Ryan's coming with
With
two
category suggestions.
two
I'm
category
gonna write
suggestions.
some.
Okay, I won't look at the chat, so I have no idea what's
Right.
going
I
on.
did not look, but
So-
Who's doing this? Kevin's
This
doing
one
I'm doing
is-
the category.
I'm putting Will down.
Yeah.
As one
I
of
thought about
our
that last
people.
time.
one from the audience before.
Anna
Oh,
Gables.
the doctor.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna put.
Coraloo's in here. Okay.
Added Coraloo.
Yeah, it is kind of like fun facts. I agree.
There we go.
Ranking, but you get to rank other people, but
Right.
yourself, which is kind of cool.
And then you also get to do crazy.
Thanos.
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 That could be really interesting. We'll see how that plays
I don't know.
out.
How does Jonah and Thanos like?
All right, we need one more.
I don't think it's been in the chat yet. Is it in the
Lily,
Put it in
you
the
could just
chat.
put it.
It's in the chat. I need one. Give me the category, guys.
Well, we still
Did we
have
read
one
all
more
the names?
game.
What have we got so far?
I have one more. Trying to think.
I'm leaning towards that one too,
Cowboy
Matt.
Bebop.
Thank you.
Oh, that's not really.
Wile E. Coyote.
No, it's
1,
not.
2, 3,
Anybody
4,
from
5, 6,
I
7.
mean, I'm gonna do this one.
Kevin.
Oh.
Oh.
First time
It's
that-
more fun when
Kevin,
it's people we
rank
know.
yourself.
Yeah, I will
First
say
time
it is more
Keanu.
fun.
It
with people
teaches
who are
us
here.
things about our friends.
Okay.
and how we view them.
It also teaches our friends things about how we
Right, we're
think.
not doing this one. We might do
Okay,
that
we got rid of one.
sometime.
I'm not even gonna look just in case.
Yeah.
Actually, I could. I could read some of these categories just
Yeah.
to get an idea.
The one I'm not doing is.
The one he's not doing is fighting game. Oh, who would be the best fighting game character? Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I feel like the Smurfs could have potential, but only as a large group.
I'd
'Cause
put
it is
Will as
plural.
S tier
In
on that
the
one.
video game.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Will would also.
However, Thanos would also be S tier.
But so would the doctor. He already fights
Although-
against all those people.
Does he like really fight?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, he does. Even though he tries not to.
It depends on which incarnation he is.
Correct. Which I believe this is all of them.
Is this everyone?
This is the collective
There's
doctor.
some other great categories on here too. There's like who would be the best member of the Lord of the Rings crew?
Oh.
Which if you wrote Gandalf in there or something like that'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
That would be great.
That would
Who
be
would
easy.
be the best performer at the Renaissance Fair? That's kind of funny.
That would be a good one. Gandalf would work there too.
Gandalf would work for so many things.
Who would be the best blind date?
Sorry.
Gandalf. Maybe Gandalf is a super answer. I don't know. Who would have the most threatening "we need to talk" text?
Oh no!
Oh.
Everybody?
You could have some-
That would be horrifying.
Who would be
That's the worst words in the English language.
the most elaborate prankster? I got it.
Kevin.
Will.
I'm gonna.
Jonah. Oh, absolutely.
Jonah
Jonah the
and Will.
Smurfs. Will.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably the Smurfs.
How
Yeah.
good would they be at stealing candy from a baby?
Smurfs.
Stealing candy
Oh.
from a baby.
Oh, here's a good one. How good would they be at organizing a surprise party?
Aww.
Happy birthday, Ryan. Surprise! Oh, I'm just kidding. We're looking great.
That is something that happened over TantrumCon.
Yeah, they did throw me a special something over TantrumCon, so walked in the door, had no idea, but my mind was on other things, and it was the day before my birthday. But it was a good time. Got him.
All right, so we've got 3 on.
Okay, what's the category, Kevin?
The category is lying while playing Mafia.
Okay, Jonah's S tier. Just
good at
we already
lying?
know based on how it
Is
went.
Will good at lying?
Yep, Will is S tier.
Now, where are we putting Kevin?
Oh, I'm not supposed to leave the comment.
Does Kevin
I guess
say
it
he's
doesn't
bad
matter.
at it or he's good at it?
He may be an
feel
A.
like
I think Kevin's better
would
than
just be good.
I
than
think
people
Anna
would
Green
think, but he
Gables
may not
would
want
be
you to
a
know that.
D.
Yes.
There is a conflict of interest. Kevin's
Poor
gonna-
Lou.
What does
I don't
Kevin
think
think of his
poor
own
Lou.
self? That's the question.
Yes, that's the thing.
Now,
Would the
is
Smurfs be bad?
It probably depends on the Smurf.
One of these is coming here, and one of these is going here.
So the
And
doctor's
the
bad at lying.
doctor might
What
not
was
be
the category?
bad.
Cheating
Is the
or
doctor
lying?
bad at lying? I don't watch Doctor Who, so I don't know.
I don't.
Would he be A? That's what I'm asking.
The doctor could be an A.
Why don't we put the doctor as A, the Smurfs as D? Because they would all be happy-go-lucky, and they probably.
And then Kevin's either an A or an S. So I think
Kevin's
I don't think he would
doctor
write
could
himself
go-
as S.
I think the doctor might be higher than Kevin. Better at lying than Kevin. Or at least I think Kevin thinks that the doctor is
All right.
the jumping
Wait,
the
one more
hoops.
time though. What is the actual phrase?
Okay, Matt's saying
Lying
rule
at
number
it
1, the
or
doctor
being-
lies.
Yes, the doctor does lie.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna say
Good.
S.
Okay.
Good at lying or good at playing Mafia?
Good at lying. Good. Good.
At lying
Read
during.
it like in an
How good would they be at lying while playing Mafia?
At lying while playing Mafia. Smurfs.
Kevin does okay at social deduction,
I feel
but
like this is
is
pretty
he?
strong. Unless Thanos is A. Like, is he a good liar? He's a villain, but he's
He's
not
a-
like deceptive.
I mean,
Thanos is kind of honest.
he's
but
very
what do-
manipulative.
Yeah,
what
that's
does
the
Kevin
thing.
think?
Do we think
That's
Kevin's
how
best?
you
I think Kevin
win
and Thanos
being
Yeah,
in
Mafia.
Mafia, is being manipulative.
Yeah, so
Didn't say winning though, it said
All right, here we
lying.
go. D. Start at the bottom. We have Smurfs,
Yeah.
Anna Green Gables, and Coralu. And I actually have them in that order.
Corley,
Okay.
Okay.
though. Are you really good at it? Maybe she's really good at Mafia.
No, she did comment. I'm not good at
Oh,
lying.
okay. All right.
Oh, and thank you for the birthday wishes, Corlu.
Coralu, yeah, I didn't know, but I felt I gave you the benefit of the doubt.
He's saying you're very
Is
honest.
it? Yeah.
A. I have Kevin.
We did it. We did it. We got them all.
We did it!
And then, yes, Will, Thanos, Jonah, and the Doctor.
Hey, Opa!
We talked through that and got it right.
So are there any rules of like having to like
Put someone at B and C.
have different categories? Not that anyone here would do it, but someone's like they're all S or they're all D. That wouldn't be fun.
That'd be goofy, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you can kind of play it either way. You can play it competitively or cooperatively. We're doing it cooperatively. You
Okay.
can do it where you personally rank the scores yourself and try to match the guy, which in that case, if you're the trivia master or whatever, the trivia wizard, you wouldn't want everybody to guess yours correctly because you'd want them to
So
not get good
having
points.
having them in more categories,
Right.
more variation.
Yeah, but it's a party game, so you can
Yeah.
do whatever you want and have fun. So that is top tier.
Top tier.
Nishant thinks you're a good liar, Kevin.
Should have switched me.
All right.
But that worked.
Yeah.
I was so good, you guys made me an A. That's how good I am.
Yeah.
If my name
how-
had been on there, I would be a
Yes.
Absolutely.
C or D.
Absolutely.
You and Ryan pulled off some great stuff during our last Blow of the Clock Tower game. Ryan's leg wasn't shaking, and we knew, oh, something's up. He's not lying. He's telling the truth. He figured it out. Excellent. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for our show this morning. Hope you had a fantastic time. Hope you have a great February. Happy new month to you. We'll be back every Saturday, first Saturday of the month, playing right here. And then we got a lot of playthroughs coming up on Thursday nights as well, so be sure to tune in at 7 p.m.
what?
Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern?
7
This
p.m.
coming
Eastern.
week.
This Thursday is Finspan from Stonemaier Games. Check it out.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them coming up. So lots and lots of fun happening there. But thank you guys for tuning in this morning. Hope you had a fantastic time. Stick around because we got a song for you.
Ooh, what
In
song?
the credits. Here we go. Bye.
Bye.
Best con ever, so much fun together. I get to see my friends every year. So glad you made it here. TantrumCon 2025. So much fun, it made me feel alive. Staying up late, drinking Monster Energy. Love you like you're my family. Unbelievable events, tables flipping and crashing. The tuna meals just made perfect sense. I was impressed. Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. We all work so hard, and I think you know. Right now I'm too tired to do a guitar solo. Y'all, that was our show, folks. Best con ever. Best con ever. So much fun together. I get to see my friends every year. So glad you made it here. Goodbye. Nobody wants to leave. Why? All our friends are here. Could we live here? Could we live here, please? Could we live here, please? All of our board gaming friends are here. Best con ever. So much fun together. I get to see my friends every year. So glad you made it here. So glad you made it here. See you next year.